When you hear the word fall or autumn, what is the first color that comes to mind? Is it an orange? Is it a gray? Is it a beautiful gold? Let me know in the comments below. Hello my sweet friends, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today we are going to be incorporating a cool color, a gray color, into the warm colors of fall, and we're going to make a very beautiful fall wreath. Let's get started. Right, Louie? For today's wreath, this sign from the Dollar Tree is my inspiration. We're going to be using some grays and some oranges and some neutrals to bring our wreath together. The Deco mesh I'm going to be using has all the colors that we need, and I got this one at Joann's. It is 10 inches by 18 feet. We are going to be overlapping 2 rolls together for a nice full look. The ribbon I'm going to be using is a wired ribbon from HobbyLobby. I got it for $1.19 on clearance. And as you can see, it does have the grays, the neutrals, and of course the orange. Along with this ribbon, I'm going to be using this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and it is this gorgeous dark orange that is going to match the pumpkin really, really nicely. And of course, we need some burlap ribbon to tie everything together. The wreath form I'm using is the 14-inch metal wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to start with 18 pipe cleaners. There are 6 sections in this wreath form, and in each section we're going to put 3 pipe cleaners. The first pipe cleaner is going to go on row 1 and 2, and after 2 twists I'm going to face it in. The second and third pipe cleaner I put on row 3 and 4, and I'm going to face these out. I'm going to continue doing this, going all around the wreath. My wreath form is all done. On the inside first 2 rows, I have 6 pipe cleaners, and then of course on the outside I have 12. My Deco mesh is ready to go, and as I mentioned, it was 18 feet. Now 18 feet 2 yards is 6 yards. We only need 5 for this method, so we are good to go as far as our Deco mesh. When unrolling my Deco mesh, I always like to make sure that it rolls towards my table, so that is what I'm going to do. And all I'm doing with the second roll is I'm going to overlap it. Now I'm just going to go in about 1.5 inches and bring that tail together. Before I attach it to the wreath form, let me just explain how I'm going to put it on. So we are going to be doing 10-inch loops, and if we start right here, we are going to do 10 inches going all the way around. And I call this the spiral method sometimes because after we go all the way around, we are going to jump to the next pipe cleaner in the next section, not in the same section, but in the next one, and then we're going to continue making our 10-inch loops going all the way around, kind of going in a spiral. So if we start right here, I'm going to twist my Deco mesh right in here. After making 2 tight twists, I'm going to grab a zip tie, and going about 1 inch from this spot, I'm going to zip tie the tail in place just to make sure it's secured. I'm just cutting off all that excess so we have a smooth look. As you can see, the loop is already bubbling in the way it's supposed to. So all I'm going to do is measure off my 10 inches. And on my board, my 10 inches is this light blue square right here. I like to do it straight on the table. It's so easy. I just put where it starts right here, grab my loop, and go to the next section. 2 tight twists, and then I'm measuring off 10 inches once again. I went all the way around, and now I got my next loop. I'm going to go in the next section and go on the pipe cleaner right here, and then I'm just going to do 10 inches going all the way around. I went all the way around, and I'm ready to cut off my tail, cutting off about 2 inches. To attach the tail, I'm using a zip tie, and I'm going on this intersection on row 3. clipping it off, and that is it. Our little tail is in place. The next thing you're going to want to do is open up all your loops. Because we just double layer them, we're going to separate them. And if you are using a 21-inch deco mesh for that, same thing, you're going to go around and just kind of spread open all those loops so we have a nice fluffy wreath. I'm absolutely loving this elegant combo of colors, and loops are all open. We are ready to start on the ribbon. Both of the ribbon that I'm going to be using are 2.5 inches, and they are both wired, except for the burlap ribbon. This one is also 2.5 inches. It's not wired, but we're going to make it just a tiny bit shorter. So these two I'm going to be cutting into 12-inch strips, and we're going to need 18 of each one of these. The burlap ribbon I'm going to be cutting into 10-inch strips because it doesn't have wire edging, and we're also going to need 18. Instead of wrapping this ribbon around, I like to zigzag it. So after I'm done zigzagging, I'm just going to take the endings, fold them in half, and make little dovetails. And then I basically, at the same time as making my dovetails, I'm cutting the edges, so saving time. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this ribbon. Measure my 12 inches, zigzag up, and then as I'm cutting my ribbon, I'm making dovetails at the same time. As for the burlap ribbon, I'm going to cut it into 10-inch strips. When it comes to the endings of the burlap ribbon, I'm not going to be making dovetails because it's just going to shred. And don't forget that this is going to be a little shorter than our other ribbon, so it's not going to be sticking out as much and not going to be noticeable. Now I'm ready to make the little ribbon bundles. I'm going to grab my orange, the pretty one, and then the burlap on top, bring it together in the center, and just start attaching it to all my pipe cleaners. When it comes to the pipe cleaners, you can do one of two things. You can just twist it a few times and then cut it off, or twist it and then send it back and then just twist it there. But I like just doing this. Do a few twists about 1 inch from the actual connection, cut it off, and then just fold it in half and then back. Unless you need to thread something through, at this point you can do this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and continue making my little bundles and attaching my bundles to all the pipe cleaners. All my bundles are on, and all I'm doing right now is just going around and curling them back, trying to set them in place. Next, you can put on the centerpiece, or you can decorate the little bundles. I decided I wanted to put something in the bundles, so here are my choices. Number one, I can grab these decorative pumpkins from the Dollar Tree because A, they will match the sign because there's a little pumpkin in there, and B, the ivory color of the pumpkins will match my ribbon, and just I thought it would be super cute. Another option could be pine cones. If you live somewhere where you can find these, this would be a great economical option, and just put these in the centers, but I thought it was just a little too dark, so I am going to go ahead with the pumpkins and just start hot gluing them to the center of my bundles. Little hot glue and just straight onto a bundle, and I'm going to do this going all the way around. On the inside, I used 2 on top, 2 at the bottom, because my picture is going to go right here and it's just going to cover it. There's no point in putting any there. So right now, let's take care of our little centerpiece. I'm going to grab 3 pipe cleaners. First pipe cleaner, I'm just going to put on the little hanging piece right here. Give it 2 twists. And just to make sure that it's secure, I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue where it's attached to the actual picture. And then I'm going to grab 2 pipe cleaners and put them on the side. I'm going to grab some leftover ribbon and put that over our pipe cleaner. And I do put a little bit more hot glue if I cut a longer piece. I'm just putting my centerpiece on, feeding the pipe cleaners through. As usual, I like to attach right here on these crossbars. And now I'm just straightening out the ribbon, pulling some ribbon out from underneath my sign if I wanted to do that, or maybe I want to hide a little bit, and then just continue doing this, going all the way around until everything is the way I wanted it to be. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you love wreath tutorials, please consider subscribing to this channel if you're not subscribed already, giving me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you are notified every time a video comes out. Sending you guys sweet hugs and kisses from Leo, Louie, whoa, and myself. I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone. Say bye, guys. Don't you want to say bye to everyone? No? Louie, what about you?